to that game last night, which Alabama wins 100-97. Every Alabama guard that played scored in double figures. And there was a moment in the game, I was right behind the official stat keepers, and on their two screens they had the shot charts, and there were very few twos being taken. It was dribble in, kick it out, dribble in, kick it out, a lot of threes being taken. That first half, I thought you guys were going to start trivia at Odie's at 7:50.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, I did too. Yeah, I mean, I was telling Brown, we got in the car and we went over to a restaurant right by Odie's to watch the second half. So I tried to time it out. Just missed a little bit of the first half. Listened to Chris Stewart and Brian Pasick on the way over there. But then once that second half settled in, and obviously we'll get to the end of the game. Hell, I thought we were going to be at Odie's all night.
I did too. I was fearful for overtime. But, boy, that first half, they were like, we're not going to blow a lot of whistles. No. And the ball didn't go out of bounds a lot for some reason. I mean, it was.
And what was it like?
It felt like.
8-2 fouls in the first. It was 10 fouls the whole half.
Yeah, I swear it felt like the clock didn't stop until the 13-minute mark to start the game.
That's exactly right.
I mean, because I think that first media timeout was pretty badly delayed, so much so that it was like media timeout, quick stoppage, another media timeout.
Yeah. Then we end up getting 60 free throws and 79 three attempts.
Yeah, second half was a
Texas A&M was in the bonus at 16:04 the second half. I think Alabama committed 2 fouls in the first half. I don't think they changed the way they played defense.
I don't know why.
In the second half, boom, you had 7 fouls at 16:04.
Yeah, look, it was a fun game to watch, but I don't know if I like seeing 79 threes thrown up.
Ooh,
I don't know.
I kind of do.
I mean, I can't decide. I'm not saying I don't.
Yeah.
When I counted last night, Brandon, I can't remember if I had 79 or 78 whenever I counted. I don't know if I counted 78 at the end and 78 rebounds. That's a lot of rebounds. That's a lot of threes. 134 or so combined shots, 43 fouls, back and forth. It was fun.
Can I ask you guys a serious question?
This is what I'm driving home. I was like, what did I just watch? It was like a roulette wheel. At no point, when they spin that wheel and let that ball go, it's going around so fast you don't have to worry about it for, I don't know how long it lasts, but you just sort of sit there and watch it spin around, and then it starts to slow down a little bit, and then you're going to see where the ball lands. The first 38 minutes of that game, 36 minutes of that game, you don't really care if you're behind or you just want it to be close with 4 minutes to go, and then the game was going to be decided. 28 lead changes last night. 13 ties. It was back and forth. It was like a roulette wheel. You just sort of sit back and enjoy it, and at the end, you're going to see where the ball lands.
There's probably some people that don't want this question asked, but if Bucky had Alabama's roster, what would Alabama be right now?
Well, that's hard to say.
I know it is.
I mean, I don't know. But
I'm just saying that is not a talented roster watching A&M. And, boy, they are gritty. They defend everyone at all times. Like his style, once he gets players in, I know everybody's saying this now, but it's legitimate. Like, I mean, if you got guys that are going to go out there and play a hard 40 for you, which, I guess they won't be out there if they're not. Like this.
But doesn't that become the problem that we've seen with coaches who do a wonderful job at mid-majors? I mean, Nate Oats himself, blue collar when he came from Buffalo. He had a type of athlete at Buffalo. You see some of these coaches that have a type of athlete, Shaka Smart, at VCU, and then when they are able to get good athletes, they cannot get them to play with the same grittiness and toughness that they played the mid-major guys.
I think this is a different style, though. I think guys are going to have to buy into this. And you get guys that can shoot threes and defend. I mean, and everybody can handle it.
No, I agree. But can you get a 5-star guy?
Well, that's the exact question.
My point.
That's the exact question Zach asked in the chat room. Are star players going to go to that system? I mean, would LeBaron Philon, would Todd Pettiford, would Amari Allen, would they go to that system? Well, I don't know the answer to that.
I mean, if they think they can win a national championship, I mean, here's the thing. You're going to be as well-conditioned as anybody.
No, there's no doubt about that. Now, is it getting me to the NBA?
Well, I mean, look, you take a special skill set to be able to play in that offense and defense. I mean, you don't think NBA scouts are going to love guys coming from that environment to defend like that at all times?
And that's the answer to the question is, will star players go play in that system?
I get your point, though.
Will star players go play in that system? If Bucky's pumping people to the NBA, heck yeah, they will.
Yeah.
It's one reason Nate Oats is able to get good recruits. Nate Oats has put guys in the NBA. It's the reason.
And he's playing the NBA style.
Well, he's playing the NBA style. It does help put guys in the NBA. There's no doubt about that. But, yeah, I mean, if you're putting guys in the NBA, I think people will go play in that system.
Yeah, I mean, Rylan Griffin's the only guy that could possibly play in the NBA on that roster.
Wow, you think Rylan could play in the
Well,
NBA?
just because, I mean, he is a bigger guard. He's 6'5". He can play, 2 positions, probably can guard 3 positions. I mean, I doubt it. I'm just saying if I'm doing a stretch here and trying to find a guy,
he was
Rylan Griffin.
D1.
Yeah.
He was one of my favorite Alabama players, and he was a big part of Alabama making it to the Final Four and left for Kansas, and then now at Texas A&M to wrap it up, plays hard.
But I think that shows you right there the difference in talent. Like, would anybody take Rylan Griffin over, obviously not Philon, but Wrightsell or Holloway?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody would.
I think Holloway's one of the SEC leaders in three-point shooting this year.
He was last year.
Yeah. So he's killing it right now. Had a big night last night. Let's hear some of the post game. Let's start with cut number 3, Nate Oats, talking about how Alabama handled Texas A&M's press. And, this is, all due respect to Bucky Ball. He's got his own unique style. I saw him after the game, and they're 7-2 halfway through it. But this is a version of, it's different, but it's a version of 40 minutes of hell with Nolan Richardson. Man, they're going to come out and press you, and they're going to run, and press you. Mike Anderson did it for a little bit at UAB and some other places. It's a fun style to watch. And Nate Oats' team, with a lot of guards, never had 2 bigs on the floor last night. They decided, hey, we're going to play your pace, our pace. We're not going to try to slow it down at all. And here's Nate Oats on how they handled Texas A&M's press.
That's the most anybody's pressed us since I've been here that I can remember. I don't think anybody – they pressed on every possession for 40 minutes. So nobody that we've played really has done that. We did a great job taking care of the ball. We did not do as good a job getting the quality shots that we'd like to out of it. It's like 48 threes, and I don't mind 48 threes. I think you guys all know that. But they need to be 48 great threes, and I thought we rushed into a few, took some contested ones. And I told them I don't want to turn down open threes because when you turn down open shots against a team like this, you're bound to turn the ball over later. But I thought we took a few that weren't open. I felt like we could get a paint touch on every possession. They didn't. We could get in the paint a little bit more, get them in the blender more often, end up with some more dunks, fouls, wide open threes. We weren't terrible with our shot selection, but it was not as good as what it needed to be.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought too, Brown, is that they would dribble in sometimes, and I was like, and then they'd kick it back out. I was like, you're at the rim. It's just
take the shot or get fouled.
Take the shot. And they kept kicking it out.
And Richard said that a couple times. He's like, man, they've got an easy layup with Bediako on the inside. That's not a great 3 because it's a contested 3. It's not a wide open 3, and you've got probably 2 or maybe a 3-point play in the paint right there.
Well, and you're going to lose your legs sooner or later.
I thought Alabama conditioned at least their guards. They held in there pretty well.
I agree. I am fascinated to watch A&M in Florida this weekend.
Well, of course, I lost at Calshi last night too. I thought Alabama.
Everybody I ran into, I had Bama too.
Yeah.
I mean, it just seemed. I'm sick of fading A&M though.
Yeah. So I was.
This is the time.
Yeah. We'll tell you about Calshi in just a second, but I used the promo code TNR. I jumped on last night. I threw a little wager on little.
You bought a position, Jim.
Yeah, I bought my position on Alabama there, and then midway through, I bought a little more position on Alabama.
You just kept buying
I
positions.
think they
on
won
Alabama,
the game. I cannot believe Rylan Griffin got that look at the end.
You cannot. It is hard to execute a missed free throw much better than they did right there.
Well, we asked Bucky. It was actually Johnny Cogden of ABC 3340 asked Bucky, how often do you practice that? Because, they had to do one at Auburn.
Yeah, and that one was very controversial.
That was the disaster almost. How often do you practice that? And he's like, truthfully, you don't. You just, real quickly, you tell everybody, here's what we're going to try to do. And he goes, and Bucky was very funny. He was like, write this down. It's great coaching. I put my biggest guys out there, and I told them, when we miss it, jump up and just swat it backwards.
Tip it out. Yeah. And who do they tip it to? Their best three-point shooter with an open look. I mean, it could not have been
on his former court.
On his former
Bucky
court.
said, I thought it was in. I thought we were going over.
Oh, it looked good.
Yeah.
I
did look good.
Yeah.
I did too, and we were ready to kick off trivia.
Yeah, I was like,
me and Brown were like, oh, damn.
Bound for overtime.
Back to Alabama, Texas A&M last night as Alabama gets the win. Auburn coming up at 3 o'clock this weekend. Give me cut number 5. Let's hear from Bucky, a guy who mom and dad Alabama grads, and he talked about the loss last night. Very proud of his squad halfway through the SEC season, tied for first place, battling Florida this weekend at 7-2 with a lot of road games already.
When you have a game like that, it's a treat for the fans. I'm obviously from Alabama, and I like when you get to see good basketball. So if you would said years ago you get to see two teams play in a scrap in a one-possession games and both teams only score 200 points, everybody would say, man, where did I sign up to get to watch that? It's tough that we didn't come out on the right side of it, but at the end of the day, we're halfway through the league. We're in first place of the league. We have 5 of our remaining 9 games at home. If I would have said that before the season, we got an opportunity to go to sole possession in first place here on Saturday. So if I would have said, hey, before SEC play started, what do you think? Would you sign up for that? We would say we'd sign up for that. And we have signed up for that. So we got to move on from this one and realize the opportunity that's in front of us.
They averaged turning teams over 15 turnovers a game. Alabama had 6.
That's what I was going to bring up. Like the positives out of this game, you win the game. It wasn't easy, but you go from turning it over 18 times against Florida to only turning it over 6 times against this A&M team.
Phylon with 0 turnovers as much as he handles it. Amari Allen, who does everything, scores, rebounds, assists, 1 turnover, and Holloway, who probably ran more than anybody on the floor, I think.
And scored 20.
And
scored that says 20. A lot, yeah.
He only had 2 turnovers.
Yeah, that's incredible. No, that was a great for what plagued that team last year, turnovers, and what plagued them at Florida, turnovers, to not do it against that defense and that 40 minutes of hell style is pretty incredible. I'll say this for Bucky. If they can find a way to beat Florida Saturday, and again, you've stopped fading them now, so
yeah, probably a bad time to do that.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I'd start on Monday.
I
but
don't know if now is the time to start.
Yeah, but right now I'm 0 for Kalshi, so I have yet to win one there.
But if they can find a way to beat Florida Saturday night in College Station, I would imagine it's a raucous environment in College Station. Huge game. If they can find a way to do that, boy, they've got an incredible shot of winning the regular season. They really do because of what he just mentioned with all those home games.
So are they home to Florida?
Yeah, they're home to Florida.
It's in College Station.
Oh, and I think at that point, we're probably already talking about this. Your national coach of the year.
I would imagine so. Yeah.
Another problem last night for Alabama: 10 missed free throws. Now, a lot of this it could be. I agree with you. I thought they looked well conditioned as opposed to other teams that have played A&M. But that could be a factor when you get to the line.
Well, Holloway's money, and he missed 2, I think.
He was 9 of 12.
Yeah. Okay, missed 3, but one of them was after he got whacked on a foul and landed on his sore. He has a wrist issue, which is why he missed a game, and he landed on that. So that was a little touch and go on that free throw attempt. And then one was didn't he miss the back end of after that acrobatic start?
And I guess Badiako missed 4 of them, so you don't really expect a lot from that. But.
Yeah, court case phone call ongoing right there.